You think of yourself as one continuous person. You're not. Biologically, your body is rebuilt from scratch, atom by atom, every few years, and almost nobody ever tells you where the old version of you actually goes. Here's the part that sounds impossible until you look at the science. Your skeleton, the hard, seemingly permanent frame holding you together right now, is completely rebuilt roughly once every decade. Specialized cells called osteoclasts break down old bone tissue, while osteoblasts build new bone in its place. A slow-motion renovation happening inside you right now, one you'll never feel. Your liver, one of the few organs capable of regenerating itself almost entirely, replaces most of its cells within a few hundred days. The cells lining your entire digestive tract are shed and rebuilt within about a week. Your red blood cells survive for around 4 months before being broken down and replaced. Even your taste buds only last around 2 weeks before dying off and being rebuilt from scratch. For decades, scientists suspected this was happening, but they had no reliable way to prove exactly how fast. Then, unexpectedly, the Cold War handed them the tool they needed. Beginning in the 1950s, above-ground nuclear weapons testing released massive amounts of radioactive carbon-14 into the atmosphere. Plants absorbed it. Animals ate the plants. Humans ate both. Carbon-14 levels spiked in the tissues of nearly every living thing on Earth during that era, then declined predictably once testing moved underground and stopped. In the early 2000s, a Swedish scientist named Jonas Frisén realized something. That radioactive spike had accidentally created a natural dating system. By measuring the carbon-14 trapped inside human cells, specifically within the DNA of the cell nucleus, which stays fixed at the moment a cell is born, his team could calculate almost exactly how old any given cell actually was, regardless of how old the person carrying it happened to be. The results confirmed what indirect evidence had long suggested and added a few genuine surprises. Muscle cells in the ribs, for instance, turned out to be about 15 years old on average in most adults. Fat cells are replaced roughly once a decade. And the cells lining the small intestine, some of the hardest working tissue in the body, turn over so fast that the average age of an intestinal cell is measured in days, not years. But here's where it gets stranger. Not everything gets replaced. Frisén's team found that the neurons in your cerebral cortex, the part of your brain responsible for higher thought, memory, and personality, are essentially as old as you are. Once formed, most of them never divide again. You carry the vast majority of the same cortical neurons from early childhood until death. The lens of your eye works the same way. The proteins there are laid down before birth and never replaced, which is why the lens gradually stiffens with age and why so many people eventually need reading glasses. So it isn't that you're rebuilt entirely. It's that you're rebuilt selectively. Certain structures remain, while almost everything else is continuously replaced around them. This raises an ancient philosophical puzzle in a surprisingly literal biological form. The Ship of Theseus asks whether a ship remains the same ship after every single plank has been replaced over time. Philosophers have debated that question for more than 2,000 years. But your body doesn't just resemble that thought experiment. It lives it every single day, using atoms instead of wooden planks. In fact, roughly 98% of the atoms in your body are replaced within a single year. Almost none of the physical material that made up your body a decade ago is still here, and yet you still feel like the same person. So why? Part of the answer lies in how memory works. Your brain doesn't need the exact same atoms to preserve the information they once carried. Neuroscientists describe memory less like a photograph and more like a recipe, a stable pattern of connections between neurons that can survive even while the molecules making up those neurons are constantly replaced. As long as the pattern remains and those long-lived neurons continue anchoring it, your memories can persist for an entire lifetime, even while nearly every atom involved in storing them has changed. The other part of the answer is psychological. Researchers have found that your sense of self depends heavily on narrative, the ongoing story you tell yourself, linking yesterday's version of you to today's to tomorrow's. That story doesn't require the same physical material. It only requires continuity. One memory leading into the next. One experience connected to another, regardless of what those moments are physically made of. In other words, you are less like a statue and more like a wave moving across water. The water molecules inside a wave constantly change, yet the wave itself remains recognizable. It keeps its shape. It keeps moving forward. Now think about an old mistake you still regret, or an embarrassing moment that still makes you cringe. None of the cells that experienced that moment are still inside you. Not the skin that blushed, not the muscles that tensed, not almost any of the body that lived through it. What survives isn't the material, it's the pattern, replayed, strengthened, and carried forward by a brain that is itself only partly the same brain that first recorded it. This doesn't mean your identity is an illusion. The opposite. Your identity turns out to be stronger than the atoms it's built from, because it survives a process that would destroy almost anything else. You are not the same physical object you were 10 years ago. Depending on which tissue you're looking at, you might not share a single atom with that earlier version of yourself, and yet something undeniably familiar remains, not because the matter stayed the same, but because the pattern never stopped rebuilding itself.